What's good, people? We are now live on YouTube. Let's make sure that the audio is streaming and the matrix is not attacking. Miss Harding, would you be so kind to contact Junaid? Because I'm obviously doing the opening stream. I don't know where he is. He just called me. Obviously, I can't call him back right now. Opening stream. Amazing. Right, perfect. What's good, people? It is currently 9 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time. Sunday, the 31st of March 2024. Welcome to another amazing episode of Technically Speaking, where we shung the crypto stocks and macro charts, taking a look at data. And I guess you could say this is our more trading show. Usually co-hosted with Bit Blonde and Jay Johnson. Bit Blonde, unfortunately, is in a meeting. Not too sure what Jay's doing. Maybe he's lost in an AI model. However, on today's Technically Speaking, we've got a special guest.
Yo, gangers.
Oh my God, look. So we are currently at the temporary Solana office, right? If you'd like access, it's open for another 1 week for 24 hours. If you know me personally or know somebody from Blockchain Sensei, we can get you in for free. Look at this. You guys can't see it, but it says Intellectual Property Incubator, 6:23 a.m. Shuriken Sounds and Junaid, midnight to 6. Degen sign off. There is no denying the grind. Okay, absolutely none. I mean, I bet some of your friends who have more classical businesses think like, what are you on? It doesn't.
Yep.
They must think you're absolutely crazy.
Yep.
People in property, people with social media companies, people with more classic businesses. But here we are, myself and Mr. Harding. Let's go. So it's a Mr. Harding and Ninja T special. I'm going to say mainly Mr. Harding. One of the reasons why I'm even in the office is because I've got a chessboard, okay, and I will be playing Mr. Harding at chess at some point. Maybe not during the stream. The man am pulling up just for the chess game. Anyway, let's get started with the quick introduction and disclaimer, and then I'm going to give it over to Mr. Harding as he's obviously got some good things to say. So for those that don't know who we are, we are Blockchain Sensei, Black and Asian owned Web3 solutions and financial literacy company. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram amongst other social medias. Oh, what's this? How it's going so okay, you know what? Let's look at the post after we do the intro and disclaimer. So superjoy.com/blockchain sensei for everything blockchain sensei, including but not limited to our free Telegram, free webinars Mondays, Fridays, Sundays, 8 p.m. plus, and also our paid subscription service, which very, very soon is going to go up from a minimum of £50 to a minimum of, I believe, £150.
Tomorrow.
Okay, mañana. So probably by the time you've watched, you snooze, you lose, but it's cool because it's going to go up again in Q3. So don't miss out. This is a Q1 wrap up. Let's get into the disclaimer. Then over to Mr. Harding. Let me just make Mr. Harding a co-host. Junaid, how you doing, man?
I feel like I shouldn't even be in that TH. This guy's the wizard. He's a wizard. I'm gonna call you Harry Potter now. You tired?
I know.
So,
So disclaimer, terms and conditions, all content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only. And it should not be considered as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets or place any trades. Please always do your own what, guys?
Research.
Yes, sir. Our content is intended to... Sorry. I'm just going to mute Dublin. Don't know what's going on over there. Hope you're good, bro. Please always do your own research. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment. It should be based on your own individual circumstances.
You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor.
I'm not one of them.
I ain't one of them either, bruv.
Alternatively, independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our show you may wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or or otherwise. All investments come with what, guys?
Yes.
So please always do your work, guys.
Research.
Neither myself, Landbright, Junaid, Mr. Harding, Dubham, Crypto Boss, Ken, or Mark are financial advisors, and we do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you are unable to mitigate your risk, what can they do, Mr. Harding?
Contact an actual financial advisor. Or give up. That's a bit harsh.
No. Do you know what? I'm going to say this, yeah. I'm going to say, right, Q2, I'm just going to start becoming a little bit more of a dickhead because some people just need to hear the truth. The truth is, some of you will not walk out in profit in this bull market.
That's
Because I didn't walk out in profit in my first bull market. And this is not my first bull market. It's not my second bull market. It's my third bull market. Okay? I've been in crypto since 2015 and I didn't make any money. I didn't realize any profit till 2019. You know why? Because I was in Bitcoin in pardon me, 2015, in Bitcoin in 2017, in Bitcoin in 2018, and then I lost 1.7 BTC, which is absolutely crazy in BitConnect, right? And I didn't end in profit by definition because my pounds flew away and they didn't come back, right? I didn't even have any crypto to show for it for the most part. So understand that somebody's going to lose in this game. And all we can do is try to reduce the possibility that you're going to be a loser. But if you do lose money in this bull market, just know that it is part of the process of every great asset manager, investor, trader story. Over to Mr. Harding.
so let me get this screen.
Oh, do you want to? I'm going to mute my mic. Do you want to turn your mic on?
No. You don't have to put it on. Just screen is.
Right.
Oh shit! I'm on
Let's
this screen.
spot this.
And that screen. I'm now on this screen.
Hey, bro,
here.
you're actually at the build station.
Come on. It's not every day I get to chop it up and chop up the charts in real time on the big screens. So we're actually here on the big screens. So I figured might as well. So let's chop this up. Let me know when you can see my screen now. Is it showing? Is it showing the trading view screen?
Yeah. That's awesome. We're looking at Alphabet.
Boom. Okay. Cool. So what I want to do is, being as it is the end of a quarter, I'm taking over the show because we are going to zoom the hell out. Excuse my French, but we are going to zoom the fuck out. That's what we're going to do. Because there is probably no other trading show on the entirety of YouTube that is crazy enough to look at quarterly candles. However, I am, because it's the end of a quarter. And if I'm an institution and I'm looking and it's the end of a quarter, what am I probably going to do? I'm probably going to look at quarterly candles. Now, if you look at quarterly candles like I do, then you can find absolute steals like you could have found on Google here when Google did a beautiful double bottom here, but most people were writing Google off to go further. But guess what? If you're on quarterly candles, you would have known that there was a nice buy entry right here on Google, and you could have got in around $100, and now we're at 150. But what you're probably noticing on Google right now is this little resistance here. Now, technically, this is what this show is about. Technically, what's happened is technically we have broken this resistance. Technically, we're about to see all-time highs on a lot of things in a lot of markets. So the main one that I want to show this on is the Dow. Now, the Dow was in a position where it was hitting its 4.236 Fibonacci extension on the 3-month candles. And this was the resistance level here. And again, it has broken it. Now, if we combine this and we combine that with, say, for example, the fact that it's now the time where everyone's handing in their tax reports, either this is an accident or this means we are going to the moon. Which one do you think, Ninja?
I'm gonna move. I don't see no devils.
I think we're going to the moon. That's what I think. I think the rest of this year is going to be a insane year. When we look on the VIX, does it look like it's going in a lot? It does look like it's maybe going to turn around here. But if we break this trend on the VIX here, on the macro, and we come into here, what does this area say? Trim and parabolic take profit. So, am I hoping that we break this and we go down further? Yeah. So let's break this down to the weekly so we can see if it has already potentially broken it. Oh, and look at that. It has already broken this trend line here. Now, if you don't know what the VIX is, Ninja, do you want to explain what the VIX is? See if you remember. I'm sure you do.
So basically, the volatility of the stock market, it's like S&P 500 inverted.
Yep. So if the VIX is going down, the stock market's going up. If the VIX is going up, the stock market's going down. And right now, we can see the VIX has broken this trend. So the next place is to trim and to get parabolic take profit. Now, if this happens here, then it's also going to happen in crypto. So let's look at the dollar index again. One thing that is actually important to crypto to look at on the macros is the dollar index. Why? Because the majority of crypto is bought using which stable coin? Does anyone want to type that in chat? Because people think I'm crazy for looking at the dollar index in crypto. They think that it's not important. However, what the fuck is everyone's stable coins in? Oh yeah, USDC. So knowing what the dollar index is doing is possibly important, especially when you're paying developers all around the world. So what we're looking at here is what we do want ideally is we want the dollar index to be going down. And why do we want it to be going down? Because that would mean that the dollar is slightly weaker, and that would mean that more people will buy more crypto from overseas and outside of the United States. Name me a country with a capital C that has loads of money that would buy into more crypto if the dollar wasn't doing so well.
China.
China! Yes. And if you hadn't noticed, a lot of attention has moved away from Binance and is moving into the Solana ecosystem with the beams. So possibly a couple of 100 billion there to come in from Chinese markets into the dollar index. Possibly. Not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it's a possibility. So now let's look at the sexy one. This is the sexy one right here. Excuse the language, well, it's Sunday, so we can talk like this. Now, this is the real sexy one. This is the entire crypto market cap, right? Let's not look for the gaps either. Let's take that off temporarily. Now, the entire crypto market is currently at 2.603 trillion, right? The all-time high was at 3 trillion. So that's another 400 billion to go until we reach to that all-time high. When we looked at it at that point before, this is what I also find interesting. When we got to an RSI of 86, again, let's go over what the RSI is. When the RSI is high, it is not your time to buy. When the RSI is low, it is the time to go. So right now, RSI at 86, all time just before we got to all-time highs. So right now, we're close to all-time highs, and the RSI is at 70. So have we got wiggle room to get to the target price that I wrote 3 years ago of 4.27 trillion? I think we do. So let's just try and calculate from where we are to there, how much left of the bull run have we potentially got? 50-odd% left. So that is still an additional 1.5 trillion of inflows expected into the crypto market based on my analysis. My analysis might be completely wrong, but sometimes it is fucking scarily accurate. So let's just say that potentially it doesn't, but hey, so that's the one we want to look at there. Now what we want to look at is the crypto market excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Because if you're not Bitcoin and you're not Ethereum, what are you? You're an
Solana.
altcoin. You're an altcoin. And I don't know if you noticed, but things with smaller market caps can make bigger gains. So let's go over the basics again for the beginners. Bitcoin currently has a market cap of, let's find it.
1.3 trillion.
Was it?
1.3 trillion.
A market cap of 1.3 trillion. To get a 100% return on Bitcoin, it needs another 1.3 trillion to go into it. What is more likely? Something to go from 400 billion to 800 billion, or to go from 1.3 trillion to 2.6 trillion? Oh, yeah. It's probably more likely to go from 400 to 800. And is it doing that right now? This is the area where we called a breakout on the altcoins. This was back in July 2023. We called the breakout. What happened after July 2023? Because we use the big 3-month candles. You can probably see it's been pretty bullish since then. Now, what's next? Potentially a pullback? Maybe. Or maybe we get up to this top Bollinger Band. Maybe we get up to this close to 1 trillion of alts, then pull back, and then we go to my next price target, which I haven't actually written in for the altcoins. That's interesting. Okay, that's very, very interesting. Okay, I haven't written that in yet. Okay, so that's that. Now, the next obvious one is ETH. It's pretty much guaranteed now that ETH's gonna get a spot ETF just like Bitcoin, right? It's pretty much guaranteed. They're speaking about it everywhere. I was lucky enough to be at the Digital Asset Summit. One of the head traders at BlackRock, Michael Sossenheim of Grayscale, and one of the main guys at Galaxy Digital were all basically saying, yeah, spot ETF is happening. Now, what people aren't figuring out is, after the ETH spot ETF, what is next? What could possibly be next? After Ethereum, after you've done Bitcoin, after you've done Ethereum, what could they possibly all go bullish to get a spot ETF on? I wonder, could it be Solana? I wonder. Now, I don't want to be biased on Solana, but for those of you that haven't seen my portfolio, I'm going to go to it in a sec. Let's just quickly go to the BlackRock ETF. Now, this ETF has all the crypto projects that BlackRock are in. So you can see there's a bit of a messy TA here on this one. But there was a potential buy here that is now up on block. If you got this one when I called it, you are now up on block by 31%. Not bad. But the main bad boy, Coinbase. So Coinbase is moving absolutely mad at the moment. I remember when there was an episode when we were telling people they could get Coinbase stock for around $30. And now look at it. It's now at $281. So we've been calling Coinbase since this blue tick. This is when we first started buying Coinbase. That's when. We've still been buying it, even through the dip. But here we were buying small amounts. but here we were buying big amounts. And yeah, the Coinbase portfolio is probably my biggest holding now. Has this got potential to go further? Well, yes, based on one simple fact Ninja brought to my attention. This simple fact was that Binance, Coinbase's only competitor, had a market cap of 400 billion. Coinbase, who has now got no competition, has a market cap of 64 billion. Coinbase, who supply BlackRock, Grayscale, and 9 other people for their Bitcoin ETFs and potentially their ETH ETFs, has a market cap of 64 billion. Now, I don't know about you, but the maths is not making any sense. This thing is possibly the most undervalued thing in the entire stock market that nobody is understanding. Why is nobody understanding it? Because for some reason, people don't do maths. They just read newspapers. And if you do the maths, the money that they've made on Bitcoin alone, if there is an ETH spot ETF, what's going to happen? Their money's going to double. So let's look at this net income. 2.27 million to 273 million. Net margin 28%. So let's say that doubles. 500 million in the quarter is what they would do. But anyway, I don't really know what I'm talking about because I'm just a guy out here. So one of the other big plays is Bitcoin mining stocks. So there's some potential plays here. Not quite yet on Riot. Not quite yet on Marathon, but I would keep an eye on them. I would keep an eye on these two if they get past $34. $34 on Marathon, on Riot, because as soon as their earnings report comes out this quarter, and as soon as the Bitcoin halving happens, and they need to make up some excuse, bear in mind the all-time high on this. Now, Bitcoin miners are in a very interesting position because after the next halving, they're not going to make anywhere near as much money as they used to. Also, just so you're aware, people sometimes don't realize that, they think that institutions are just getting into the game. That's what they think. But somebody tell me what year Riot started. What year was Riot listed on the stock market? Oh, yeah, 2003. Yeah, interesting that. Marathon. When was that listed? It was 2008, I believe. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is, in fact, I need to show you. And here's our favorite one. Cause, which doesn't actually look like that. It looks like this is Crypto Boss's favorite one that he made 500% gains on. Oh, I think they've split the stock now. Interesting. Okay, so that chart never used to look like that, but it looks like that now. But anyway, my point is on where are we? What was we looking at? Riot. We're looking at where it was Riot. The 3-month candles since 2003. Okay, so from where it is now, at around $12, to its all-time high is around a 33x. There is not many people that are even remotely considering or looking at Riot. Hardly anyone. I'm not saying to trade it, but I am saying let's have a look at this earnings report. And we can see this thing was not making any money. Minus 155, minus 55, minus 27, minus 45, 79 million. Now, there is something very interesting about this company. Again, where the maths isn't mathing. What is the net margin? 100.53%. What is the net income? 79 million, 79.23. But yet the revenue is 78.81. Please show me another company where the net income is more than the revenue. Please, somebody, show me. Show me. Somebody tell me how that's possible. Someone.
It's unheard of, Mike.
What? You know, nobody's talking about it. It's not in any papers. It's not anywhere. So sometimes people are interested in buying Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is not going to get you a 33x. It's not going to happen. So if people ask me, am I buying Bitcoin? I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm buying Bitcoin miners because Bitcoin miners, if they can stay profitable for their next earnings reports and for the quarter after that, dear Lord, I have no idea what these things are going to do. So,
Not financial advice, but if I was sitting on loads of Bitcoin, which I purchased, especially at the 2022, 2023 lows, I would consider scaling a little bit of that Bitcoin into Bitcoin miners, well, Bitcoin mining companies on the stock market. And then, should I hypothetically make gains, you can pull out and buy back more Bitcoin.
yep. But hey, let's see
Something
if people get it. So, let's go to Sol. Sol, as we can see, is absolutely ripping. It's had its pullback. The all-time high is around 258. We're now at 200. So we're almost there at all-time highs. And it's going to get very interesting once Sol breaks all-time highs. Now, ApeCoin. ApeCoin and Yuga Labs are never, ever quiet. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. How can this company be so loud during the bear market? Talking about Bored Ape Yacht Club here. Has anyone seen any press, any media, any marketing on Bored Ape Yacht Club in the last 3 months? No. No, it's just disappeared. Just gone quiet. Now these guys have probably got about 20 billion of funds. Probably. Just sitting there. Let's just see what the token market cap is. Right. I'm gonna get Ninja to go and look for what the market cap of this was at all time high, because it's just silly. Because there's no way that these guys are dead and buried, because they've made a whole game. They've sold the NFTs. Right now on the weekly, we have our 10-20 cross. And right now, ApeCoin is at $2. Mark this up as one of those episodes where everyone remember when ApeCoin was $2. And previously, you could have got ApeCoin for $1. Now, look at that support line here at this $1. Is that a mistake? Nope, that's not a mistake. And now we're over the 200 moving average. So, what could happen next? I don't know. I'm not an expert. But even I'm pissed that I didn't get it at $1. But guess what I am going to do as soon as this call's finished? I'm going to get some at $2. Because even 100 quid, right? For me, I'm in a fortunate position where maybe I have 100 quid spare that I was going to spend on some trainers. But you know what? I'll spend that 100 quid on some ApeCoin. Screw it. I don't need another pair of trainers. Forget it. Let's just see what happens. Because if this thing gets back to all-time highs, uh, $28, then you know. Oh, the GOAT is here. The GOAT. Lord Zishan is here. Lord Zishan has arrived. So, I told you there was a surprise. So, Lord Zishan is here. Lord Zishan is the one that is in charge of Blockchain Sensei events. So, whenever we do our spectacular events, what kind of guests have we had? We've had private equity experts. We've had
Real estate.
real estate experts. We've had government experts.
We've had everything.
We've had VCs. We've had everything.
Everything.
Everything. We are cooking on something at the moment with a certain football club and their venue. So look out for that. So anyway, that's ApeCoin. That's just me talking about the big macro on something fairly obvious. Now, let me get into my bag a little bit here. I'm doing this based off projects that have got hundreds of billions or had at least 20 billion and haven't done anything yet, or they've gone silent, even though we know that they're building in the background. One of these other projects is Axie. Now, Ninja, this is where I need your help. Can you get me the market cap, the all-time high market cap of ApeCoin and all-time high market cap of Axie? So, let's just say, right, that the pre-sale price of Axie was around what 0.2 cents, right? If you were lucky, right? Or 0.10 cents. Right now, we're at like $10. So it's up substantially in comparison to that pre-sale price. However, the lowest it got to was $4, which to get that price, you would have had to have been in on 27th of March 2021. The all-time high on it, however, was $167. Let's just see what the gap is here.
Sorry, ApeCoin and what, sorry?
ApeCoin and Axie. So yeah, ApeCoin first. What was the all-time high market cap on it?
6 billion.
6 billion on ApeCoin.
Yeah.
So 6 billion, and they've gone quiet.
Axie Infinity is 9.3, nearly 10.
10 billion, and they've gone quiet. Are they quiet, or are they doing something? Because there's a lot of movies, Hollywood movies, that haven't got a $6 or $10 billion market cap or marketing budget, or even 100 million. So what we have to understand, what people don't understand when they're looking at a chart, is if this is the price it got to, 162, yeah, and the market cap was 10 billion, if it is now down here and it has lost 9 billion, that means that's 9 billion that is now in somebody's pocket. Right? What we have to also bear in mind is the founders of this project probably had tokens that were locked in. Right? So that means the founders have now probably taken some of that profit. All right. Now, if you've built an Axie Infinity once and managed to make 10 billion or more in the space of 2 or 3 years, and now you have, let's say, 500 million spare cash, what are the chances that you're never going to do something like that again?
Slim to none.
Pretty slim, right? Especially if you've got the reputation that you've done it once before. Maybe. So, those are the two projects that I think people are asleep on. And no one's talking about them. And if no one's talking about them, that means something's happening. And then the other one is Curve, which is essential to DeFi, Aave, and Uniswap. So, all-time highs on Curve. It's solid. Price on Curve, $0.6. Just saying. Just saying. Have we gone over the 200 moving average? Yes. Have we got a low RSI? Yes. Have we got a 10-20 crossover? Let's go and find out. Not quite. I can't find see that. Oh, no, we don't. But let's mark this one out. That today was the day that we looked at the curve. Let's see what happens. And then the other one, which is obviously making a fucking killing out of this entire space, is Uniswap. And Ninja, do you want to explain why Uniswap makes the fucking most money?
Yeah, because it's the biggest DEX in the world
It is the biggest DEX in the world.
by trading volume.
So, what does that mean? That means there is nowhere else in the entire world that there is more people trading and swapping tokens. Nowhere. So, what is the all-time high market cap on this bad boy? Because if there is an ETH SWAT ETF, guess which SWAT might do well? Oh yeah, the world's biggest exchange for ETH. Right, $44. Your opportunity in was $3.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
$3, guys. We got it for $3 in January 2023 when we were talking about it. All right, I've been dollar cost averaging since January. $3. Now, $16 could potentially go to $45. So that's just what I'm doing. But anyway, that is my little bit done. Just thought I'd give you the bigger macro view of some things that I think are massive elephants in the room that nobody is addressing and nobody is talking about. So before we close off, is there any questions from anybody? Ben, do you have any questions?
I've got a question.
Oh, say that again.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah, far away.
Okay, so you've looked at three things. You looked at Coinbase, Riot, you've looked at Curve, you've looked at Uniswap.
And Marathon Digital.
Oh, I missed that.
That was the other miner.
What's got the biggest gain? Coinbase.
Nope. Well, over the long term, yes, Coinbase. Because Coinbase has got a complete monopoly on the entire game. Coinbase, in my opinion, will have $1 trillion market cap. I don't know when, but in the next 5 years, it'll have $1 trillion market cap. People can chop that up, record me saying that. You know, like Da Vinci is famous for saying you should get some Bitcoin now. It's $12. I'm going to be famous for saying that people should have got Coinbase stock at $20. Same thing. But Coinbase is like, they've just got a disgusting monopoly on the game. I just don't understand how no one's seeing it. Like 9 out of 11 institutions are buying their crypto for their ETFs from them. They've got the Bitcoin one. So now guess what they're going to do? Now they're going to sell them ETH. Then they're going to sell them Litecoin. Then they're going to sell them Solana. Then they're going to sell them Polkadot. 9 out of the 11 institutions that have got spot ETFs are buying it through Coinbase.
Is it buying the Bitcoins themselves?
Yeah.
What would they buy it from Grayscale?
No.
How come with the spot Bitcoin ETF inflows and outflows, it's Grayscale, you have the big minuses, so they're the ones dumping.
Yeah.
Sell it to somebody.
Yeah. No, Grayscale, it's those outflows are people selling their Grayscale holdings because Grayscale has a higher NAV. So what was happening is people were getting like a 4x discount on Bitcoin when they were buying it from Grayscale. So now that it's at these prices, they're selling.
It's because Grayscale. Everyone forgets it. Well, not even forgets. Most people don't know this. It's because Grayscale have their own crypto trust, which are hyper leveraged crypto positions.
Yeah.
And then basically, if people want to cash out of these hyper leveraged institutional investor positions, then Grayscale at some point, in order to pay people out, need to actually get rid of some of the underlying real asset, and that's why Grayscale did not fit. But that being said, you're saying, and I can't verify this because I didn't know this, 9 out of 11 of the spot Bitcoin ETF institutions buy the actual Bitcoins from Coinbase.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if you know about monopolies, but Coinbase, in my opinion, have actually got an illegal monopoly. The government hasn't, none of the governments have realized it yet, but Coinbase actually needs to be broken up. It has a complete monopoly on this crypto spot ETF game. And they've done it with Bitcoin, and this is what I'm saying. To 10x their revenues and 10x their net incomes, they've just got to do 10 different chains. Which is not hard. Like, they just go, you start with the biggest market cap one and go, oh yeah, this one can get you 50% returns this year. Then you go to ETH and you go, oh, this one can get you 100% returns this year. Then you go to Solana and you go, oh, this one can get you 200% returns this year.
Do you pay attention to Bitcoin Cash price action? Oh, it's gone crazy.
To be fair, that is actually a good point, you know. Potentially.
Bitcoin Cash is a dark horse, right? So fundamentally,
big dark horse.
Fundamentally, it's basically a scam. But the reason why it's kept alive is because there's a few like crypto OG cronies who won't let it die, especially because one of the co-founders or one of the original founders of Bitcoin Cash is a co-founder of one of the biggest Bitcoin mining companies in the world.
$81 you could have got that for in July. Jeez. Dark horse. Yeah, 500%. You're not getting 500% gains on Bitcoin. Nah. That is actually a big call.
Show us, Mike, possible.
Keep Bitcoin Cash alive.
Say that again.
Can you show us?
Oh yeah, we're not showing screen. Yeah. I mean,
No. It's basically a fork of Bitcoin. It's basically a scam. But there's loads of Bitcoin OGs that keep it alive as a.
Can you see it?
See?
Yeah, yeah.
It's cash dollar, bro. Cash will do it wrong, man.
There's the support there around 80, I think that looks like. Let me just mark this in.
Oh, the train's gone now, though. At the moment.
Yeah, the train's gone a little bit, but I think I don't think it's done.
Nah, we're still early in bull market, bro. You think people won't want to transfer?
I don't think it's done. I think the same thing may happen with Ethereum Classic. Let's go and look. Because Ethereum Classic always gets a pump.
The maddest thing is Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum. That's the funny thing. Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin. Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum.
So what made them want to fall into the other Ethereum?
I don't know why. But
I think we've got the same situation here. Oh, no, we don't.
Someone.
They are, but the price action is just nowhere near the same.
Yeah, no.
This is $13. And this is 39, maybe 400% ish.
So it's just down by like 100%.
It's not bad. Oh, 200%.
Yeah,
So you're getting more than you're getting from Ethereum again. Okay, fair.
Not bad. It could do like that. I want anything like Ethereum does with Bitcoin anyway.
I reckon Ethereum Classic is going to outperform Bitcoin Cash from
Yeah,
the.
that's what I'm saying.
From now on.
It could start.
Now, this is the other one no one's talking about.
Whoa.
No one is talking about Binance. Now, hear me out on Binance. I've been speaking to a few people, right?
Yeah.
As you know. And Binance is never going to get taken down. Ever. Ever. The reason for it is because no company in the world has more criminal passports than Binance.
Sorry.
Think about it.
I was sure I was going to crack a joke with that. Is that a serious thing? Damn, boy, man.
Think about it. Like,
Sorry, I don't want to
nobody
be
has
thick,
more
Mike.
criminal data than Binance.
True. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. What do you mean?
So, with Binance, it's one of the favorite platforms for criminals that are moving money around illegally or doing whatever or washing their money or whatever. A lot of them piled into Binance in that, like, the last bull market. So to get your money onto Binance and to get it out, people did actually KYC. So a lot of criminals use their KYC on it, thinking it was a Chinese company and that, like, it's never going to catch up with them in the United States. But for the right price, the Chinese government might sell that information to the United States. And the same vice versa. Are the Chinese government gonna want to know who was putting their money onto Binance and then taking it out in the UK?
Yeah.
It's a joke.
It's the biggest honeypot ever. Unfortunately, a lot of very rich Chinese people are in a lot of trouble because they use Binance. The Chinese government have now got hold of CZ. Well, I don't know if they got him, but they've got some people from Binance, and that now means that they can see possibly what individuals were trying to move money out of China. Now, I don't know if the Chinese government want people moving money out of China or if they don't want people moving out of China. Who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But either way, now they can see. And that means this thing is never going anywhere.
It's here to stay.
It's here to stay. It's here to stay for a very long time. And I think what's even more funny about it is criminals will just keep using it, not realizing. So, yeah, it's an interesting one because criminals won't go to Coinbase because that's like too, like, public and like branded and clean and corporate. But they'll go, oh yeah, I can use that Chinese one, Binance, yeah, and still upload their face and their passport the same way and their geolocation and everything the same way. But it's what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap that there. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you later.
Amazing.
Boom. Boom, Lord Zishan.
What's happening, Mike?
Yo, I want the sauce, bro.
How do you know Sharif?
Bro, I know everything. I know what people are doing before they know they're doing it.
What do you know about Sharif?
I know that he's a very talented trader. And
Yeah.
I want his strategies to sell them to hedge funds because we can make a lot of fucking money if he's willing to sell his strategies
He won't.
to hedge funds.
He won't.
I know. This is the problem.
So what? Outside the NDA, so like his research is copyrighted as well. This is his own research he's developed.
But it's on your laptop.
No, so his research he's developed using an order book.
Okay.
So he developed his own cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And he played around with it on some exchanges. So he sees how price moves using the order book, and he just translated it over to FX.
There is no way he's not selling his strategies.
He's only trained 300 students in the last 3-4 years of educating.
I saw this guy come up. I heard about him
In 2020,
Yeah,
when you did that podcast with CEO Cost.
I think that was when it was. I basically heard about him like 4 years ago.
The students get very good results, better than some educators out there.
I know he did. I know. That's why I'm like, I want to know what he's doing. I want to know what he's doing. Basically, his whole setup of what he's got.
The CPD accredited.
Okay.
Yeah, he spent like 500 grand on that. I want to become the leading education provider for FX in the UK.
I think he is. I don't think he's got any competition. There's a lot of people pretending, and a lot of people trying, but he's actually the bee's knees.
He was saying he's averaging 7% a month at 0.2% risk.
Ah,
No way. Yeah, crazy.
that is
I don't know
mad.
if you've seen his story highlights, his track record, 2021, 2022, 2023,
Oh.
my FX book is all there. One of them must have catched like 1,000 pips. Just traded one pip to you.
This guy has everything that I want for blockchain Sensei. Everything that I want.
They've got it set up like a proper fund.
Yeah. So does he also have his own registered hedge fund where he has other people's assets under management? So I think he does.
He doesn't do that.
He doesn't.
He's got 28 million of his own capital.
So he doesn't manage anyone else's capital.
No, he has his own funds that he gives only a select few of his talented traders to trade for him. And then that's it.
But he doesn't do it for outside money.
He doesn't. No.
This guy's missing such a trick. He could be raking in fucking billions.
I know.
Like literally billions. He could literally have 10 bill under management.
That is 0.2%. 0.2. Minimum risk to reward is 1 to 5.
Like, is it possible to still like? I had been working without actually like registering for the hackathon. Is it still possible to register?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you send me a link or any info? Or
Should be
does QR code just go to an Airtable? It don't seem to do anything.
when you stand the one that says register to an ASOS, what happens?
What's that? It's under muscle.
Okay, I'll try that. So it's the QR code.
The
Yeah.
ones on the beginning.
It gives me this register.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give that a shot.
Give that one.
You're Michael.
You're okay.
right?
Yeah.
If I have trouble, I can add you a Telegram anyhow.
Yeah.
I'll just message you.
It should be a black website
6:23
where you
a.m.
put in your
Which is
information and then
looking
follow
at
the instructions from there.
pre-sales.
We should know that.
Oh, Junaid is a Solana developer. He's like friends with like some of the co-founders of Solana. He's friends with Jupiter, the biggest Solana
Yeah, he's
exec.
fucking used to develop for MakerDAO.
He's like
He is the
18,
next.
like,
I'm gonna call it. He's the next Vitalik.
yeah. But like he's got swag and then he understands culture.
That's why we've got to keep him close.
Yeah, we've harvested him. Like he's like hotel, no hotel. Stay with the man then. Like
Has he shown you pump?
Is that too?
He's not shown you pump.
So we showed these views.
Junaid, come here. What he's about to show you, he made in 2 days.
The idea of we're gonna put money in within to maybe 8%.
No.
Oh, that's another new. That's a completely new.
Yeah. This guy's wizard.
He's a wizard.
Harry Potter, we need you.
Z.
So this is Zishan. Zishan is very connected to some. Am I? Where did you just come from today?
Big trading floor.
The trading floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much money under management?
28.
28 mil.
8 of it's in FX. The rest in other stuff.
Yeah. And what's his kind of returns that he's doing a month?
Like 35 to 40%.
Okay.
Yearly?
A month.
Monthly.
Yeah, that's a good starting.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Zishan is someone you should show pump to.
Alpha.
Yeah? Can you show me it now?
Yeah.
Okay, bring your laptop.
What is it?